Ну, что, ну, раньше как бы канвас, и ты на нем
And I would like to welcome you to our WarsawJS Meetup number 140. Question like straight away, who is here for the first time? Yay, welcome, welcome, yay. Who's for the second? Anyone for the second time here? Yay. Woohoo! I have the pointer so I cannot clap so well. So who is here for like 10th time, more or less? You're for the 10th time. Who is here like for the 50th time?
Oh, yes,
Yeah. Yay. Anyone here up like more than 100 times? Yay. 130? Not even. You missed some. Okay. Okay. Anyways, welcome everyone here. I was asking those questions just to get to know you also, because we are a nice small community. So it's nice to know a little bit about ourselves also. What is WarsawJS? We are the community of local JavaScript professionals and enthusiasts, and we meet not only here at 42 Warsaw, however, we meet like every month. Usually it's the second Wednesday of the month, sometimes it's Tuesday, and we are here to share the knowledge about JavaScript, about what is related to JavaScript, TypeScript as well, what is coming actually like from web browsers through like mobile phones and dev tools, databases. So basically like a wide range of things that we can do with JavaScript and talk about. Also sometimes soft skills that we need at our work. We have like over 10 years of experience and more than 200 events. Yeah. Today is the event number 140. However, we not only do the meetups. So we also have like workshops. If you want to have a workshop on some specific topic, let us know. If you're going to have like enough people who are interested in it, we will provide it for you. We also organize WarsawJS jams. Yeah. Also, if you're interested, just let us know. We had also conferences, Conference.js conference. That the last one was, I think, 1 year ago, 2 years ago, 2 years ago, I think. We have also other things what we do. So basically, we have also mentoring. So we have our Discord channel where you can go and become a mentor, or you can look for a mentor. We have also a blog at WarsawJS.com with very nice articles. You can also write an article and also send it to us. We will also post it. Photo sessions. If you and your team would like to have a photo session, we can also provide it to you before one of our meetups. And the Discord channel. The Discord we have, if you want to join, here's the QR code. You can join our Discord and just speak about JavaScript. There are some also from time to time, we have also like job postings. So we are sharing not only the knowledge, but also things that can help you grow in your personal, professional life. So our mission. First of all, we support professionals and also people who are like on different levels of seniority in development. We are established here in Warsaw. However, we are also internationally renowned because we have also like it's because of our global network. It's also because of our sponsors. WarsawJS is for everyone, and this part I will just read because it's super important. WarsawJS is for everyone. We are proud to be able to provide a safe, friendly, and welcoming environment for all, regardless of gender, sexual orientation, ability, ethnicity, socioeconomic status, or religion, or lack thereof. So basically, everyone here is welcome. Our policies are clearly defined and readily available. By complying with the Berlin Code of Conduct, we can contribute to its open source repository. This is super important, so whenever you see that you're not feeling here safe for whichever reason that was mentioned here, please let us know, because we want really to have the safe space for all of you. And as mentioned also before, we are open to every level of your IT understanding. We would like you to share your knowledge, whether it's, and gain also knowledge, whether you're at the entry level, yeah, on the junior positions, or also like higher experts in your fields. It's super great to share your knowledge. When you share, you also learn. So you're very welcome also to come here also and speak for us. So about today, I'm your MC, Martyna Skup. But it's not only me who is, because of whom those meetings are actually happening. Our team, amazing team, which is Piotr Ziętara and Aleksandra Michałowska. She's also here, going there around, yeah? So those two people, without those two people, those meetups would not take place. Alex. Yeah. And also we have a team of volunteers who also help a lot with those events. So give a hand to Martyna, and it's not all, because we have also two more, which are Agnieszka and Piotr. Please give them. And also, if you would like to join us and help us with those meetups, with the events, you're very welcome to join our team. We are also looking for volunteers. There's a little bit of things to do to prepare all those meetups. Yeah. So, if you want to join us and become our volunteer as well, to join our team, please, you can you can let us know on Discord or via email. Yeah, you can of course go to our website WarsawJS.com and then let us know that you want to volunteer for us. Yeah, but I think Discord is going to be the best place to reach us. Then, if you would like to be here on the stage and share your knowledge, please scan this code and submit your talk. The thing is basically that we as the safe place, where we are the safe place for you guys also to share, to make also sometimes your first steps in front of the people, yeah, to be here, to speak to others, to gain this experience of being in front of the others and talking about what you already know. And it doesn't depend, like it's regardless of if your knowledge, like if you're at the junior positions, yeah, or the high level in experts, seniors, because sometimes for those seniors, it's also good to come back to those basics, yeah, and also other way around, yeah. So we are learning from the higher seniorities and also come back to the basics. So whichever topic you would like to speak, it's also good to come here. Even for the lightning talk, like 5 minutes, yeah, you're going to have at least a bit of the experience here. Then, our sponsors, without whom also those events would not take place. First of all, Xfang, North Security, and also our host for today, 42 Warsaw. And from 42 Warsaw, we have Iga, who is going to tell you a little bit about what is 42 Warsaw.
No,
Please
okay.
come. Yeah.
Let's go.
And
Tak, no to mamy.
Okej, super.
Myślałam, to ja przy okazji Hi. Yes, this is the first slide. Hi. So, does it work?
Yes.
it should. 1 second.
Or not?
I can be your
Shaya, please be my remote. I don't understand this remote. And this is funny because this is our remote. And that works. Yes, can
Maybe
you
it's
take
like, you know, going.
another
like-
slide?
Oh,
Next
now
slide.
it should work.
Thank you. This is me. Hi. I'm Iga. Shut up. Okay. So I will be talking to you shortly, very shortly, about 42 at Warsaw. What is it? And next slide, please.
You can try it. It should work now.
Oh,
Yay. Okay, so why are we actually here and why are we cooperating with WarsawJS? Is that we are a coding school. Coding academy for adults that is pretty unique because we don't have any teachers or classes or lectures here. Students learn in the peer-to-peer learning model that is not very popular yet in Poland, but 42 is introducing this learning model in programming. Exactly, and this is a free coding school, which is also important to add. So our students learn by doing, by practice, but also by meeting with experts from the industry, like you do today here with WarsawJS. And what is also important that 42, we are right now here for almost 3 years as 40 Warsaw, but the entire idea of 42, so these like disruptive coding school idea actually was founded in 2013, so 13 years ago in Paris, and right now it's 58 campuses around the world in 30 countries that operate just like exactly the same. So the school is free. It's based on peer-to-peer model, project-based learning, and did I say for free? Yes. And this is also an on-site education. So it's not an online course that you sit on your own in front of the monitor of the computer. You learn together with the students that are here. And this is actually our campus that is open for students 24/7, which also gives you, quite a big flexibility in learning. So we have 300-ish students, 350 plus students here in Warsaw. In total, it's 26,000 students that learn this way. And we have 32 nationalities here in Warsaw campus, 1858 actually. There's no upper age limit, but you need to be an adult to learn at our school. And actually, if any of you would like to dive deeper into coding, or maybe specialize in some new branch like cybersecurity or very hot topic AI, you can also learn at our school since it's free. And what actually students do here? So it's I think important to know that programming here starts with C and Python, and you might ask why C. We believe that C gives you very strong fundamentals to understanding the programming. Of course, once you do the projects in C, then you are free to go any other languages, also JavaScript, of course. And the learning is project-based, so you are given projects that are kind of problems to be solved, and you need to cooperate with other students to figure out what the solution is. And the fun part is also that there's no teachers or mentors that evaluate your projects. It's the other students that do that. So you learn both ways, doing the project, but also giving feedback to the projects of the other students, and also taking the feedback and learning actually the soft skills that you would need later in your career in IT. And I said no teachers, but we invite quite many industry professionals. I think students help me every week. I think we have some kind of event with a programmer, with an IT manager from several companies, because you might ask, why is the school and learning here free? We have sponsors that contribute to this place existence. So we invite the experts from partner companies, but not only, to share their knowledge with our students. But of course, school is not only about coding. We have a huge social space on the other side of of this building that is more about fun, football, ping pong, Nintendo, and we organize quite a lot for the community of students so they feel that they are together. We try to create this environment for creative and safe learning. And if you think this might be for you, you can scan this code. A lot of QR codes tonight. You can scan this code or go to the 42warsaw.pl website. The applications are open even now, and the first step of recruitment is playing 2 online games. So it's quite fun, and you can check if you're a good fit for the school. I guess if you're here, you are. So, so just try it out. And super fresh information for you is that if you would like to try out how it is here, how this weird learning model really works and looks like, you can try it out at the last week of August. We're organizing this 5-day long training that you can try out our learning method, but also some introduction to Python if you be interested in it. So it's 18 plus, of course, and free for all. If you scan this beautiful QR code, you'll find out more information. It's also on our website. So I hope to see you there. And if you have any questions or you would like to be our guest and share some knowledge also with our students, you can do so. You can contact me, or maybe your company would like to cooperate with us. We're super open to that. And I think that's it from me. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Iga, very much. So, as Iga mentioned, it's for free. I think that there are also some students from 42 Warsaw. Anyone? Yay! Cool. Hope you're going to enjoy this event, yeah? And also for networking, if for all the others, yeah, if you would like to know how it is here, yeah, just speak with the guys who are here from the school. And then, so those were our sponsors. We have also partners with whom we are working, and we have Webelian, AMAC, and JetBrains. I'll start with JetBrains. As usually, we're going to have those talks, and after the talks, there are like a few minutes for questions to the talks that you're going to hear. And the best question is going to win a 1-year license of JetBrains. So, thank you, JetBrains. And about Webelian, there's also one person who would like to share something about this company with us. Give a hand to Ilias.
Can I use the remote?
Yes, I just need to switch the... Okay. Can you try out if it works?
Good. Hi everyone. Very nice to see you all tonight. My name is Ilias. I'm representing Webelian. First of all, I would like to give a big shout out to my team, Ola and Javelin, who tonight take care of the photos that you will be finding on social medias in the next days. Big clap for them. And tonight is a bit special because we're again a proud partner of WarsawJS, but we're also supporting 42 Warsaw, so feel a bit like at home. So it's very nice. To give you a bit of context, most of you know the company now, but Webelian was created 13 years ago in Paris. We are a French-Polish software company, IT company, and we basically do large-scale digital transformation projects. Here you can have a quick overview of our services, even though tonight I'm not gonna speak too much about that, because I would like mostly to advertise I'm not sure it's the right slide actually. Okay, it's not the right presentation, but I guess it will be.
That's the one that we had, so.
Okay, it's all right. It's all right. Okay. Okay, let's go to this one. Let's stick with this one. Basically, tonight I wanted to advertise our open position because we quite have today a lot of opportunity for you for mid to senior, mostly front end and full stack. So if ever you are interested, you can always check our open position on our website or on our social medias. And we also have, as you students might know, quite a few open internship positions. Some of you already applied, and so if you're looking for your next job opportunity or internship opportunity, please apply. It's always a pleasure to collaborate with you. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so those things happens from time to time. Yeah, it's just yeah. Thank you very much. So if you want to work also with Webelian, just go on their page. Yeah, and there are those open positions. Yeah, highly recommend. And now the main part of our meetup. So what is going to wait for you today? Yeah, Evgeny Dmitriev, who is going to speak about forks in React Native rewrite. Then we will have Marcin Łąkiewicz, who is going to speak about AI as the human's right hand, so how AI models position brands and how to measure it. And Mikhail Korolev, who is going to speak about HTML in Canvas. First look. So, let's go. Give a hand to Evgeny.
Dobra. So, WarsawJS, happy to see you all here. Thanks for coming. And yeah, actually making those 2 meters from the first row to the stage took me more than a year. Yeah, so it was probably the longest 2 meters in my life. But this presentation will be about something very different. About how a team of 4 engineers actually delivered a huge rewrite of the old native applications which were built in 8 years, and we did it in just 6 months. It was the first experience for us in this field, so there were lots of forks that we had experienced along this way. So yeah, let's start. This direction. Okay. A few words about me. I'm a happy father for almost a year now. So lots of happiness as well as a bit of tiredness. You can read from my eyes or coming from the out office outside of work hours. I'm travel whenever I can, and I'm a big fan of photography. You can see some of my pictures here on that slides. So going further about our company, I'll be genuinely surprised if I'll see many hands in this meetup. If you heard about us, Kupol, did anyone heard? Okay, a few. Mostly people actually came here with me, but okay. So we are
supporters.
Yeah, supporters. Thank you. So we are a Swiss staffing company. We are like an online marketplace. We help more than 25,000 companies in Switzerland to find the right people for their work, and we have quite a big pool of people that work for us, more than 900,000 people that are registered in the platform with more than 100,000 monthly active users. And 98%, what really worth mentioning is that 98% of our jobs are filled within 4 hours by our clients, like self-serving clients. So the biggest part is actually handled by the worker app, which helps workers to apply for the shifts, find a job, and actually get paid as well. So we are employee of record, and yeah, more details about that's actually the platform that we've been rewriting. So it's a worker-side platform. You can do many things on it, like browse jobs, apply for shifts, manage your availability, check your payrollings, many things. And yeah, it's been in development for quite a while, more than 8 years and more than 18 contributors into the code with more than 150 unique screens within it. And yeah, we used to have approximately around 2 releases every month on each platform. So it wasn't like an internal toy that we've been rebuilding. But as you can imagine, the 8 years development make their leave some scars. And while the app was generally good, so there are no complaints about the overall native side of things, but it came with some difficulties, let's say. There were, first of all, multiple code bases, so each platform had on top, whoops, I didn't push anything.
Your haters. Sometimes
Competitors. So.
over there.
Reconnect, restart, pray. Okay, I don't have many anecdotes to tell, so.
This is how 42 Warsaw verifies whether people doing presentations know them by heart.
Yeah, yeah, I do know it by heart. Okay, so maybe I'll just turn it around. You could see something on the screen. I had a few things that I wanted to show. I'll slowly move on, as yeah, for now I think it's also fine.
Surely you have to know some dad jokes.
Dad jokes. I think they come after several years. I think first year or two you just survive, and then you get to know the jokes. And they're all not very funny.
That's the point.
That's the point. Yeah, yeah. Okay, we're back. Yeah, so there was also on top of the unique repositories, each with a bunch of submodules. You also had quite some boilerplate. So even some small features usually landed up on like 6 files, more or less. And you can imagine that within all that time frame, we had a bunch of mid rewrites still happening. Some never finished, others did, but still. Yeah, and the worst point, the biggest factor for us was actually a steep learning curve. So whenever you had a new engineer on the team, they usually spent about a couple days a week to deliver just a small, tiny feature, just to know the system and go further. Yeah, I'll highlight 3 forks, let's say, that we didn't take. So we analyzed our alternatives, and actually the Swift UI, which is a more modern representation of what we used to have, or Jetpack Compose on Android, are both great tools, but they have very different approaches. So you still end up with very different code bases. With them, you have another option that you can kind of fix it by some degree. It's a Kotlin multi-platform or Swift for Android, which is a bit newer, I think. But this allows you to shift your shared business logic into one place. Here it's either Swift or Kotlin, depending on your choice. But you still end up with unique UI representation, which is mostly native. Flutter is a great tool, but for our needs, it was a little bit too flexible. So we didn't need really to have a control over every single pixel on the screen, no new Dart on top of this. And we were actually more in favor of having as native as possible look and feel. So it's not a secret, and most of you already got this from the whole topic. We ended up with Expo and React Native. Expo was a mature enough ecosystem that was resembling very closely Next.js, which we also went for several years ago for a public website. So it was very close to our hearts, and overall it was looking like a best option for us. How we started the preparation. So we didn't start coding straight away as we made this decision. We actually started with making a huge Figma file board where we connected all the dots. Like we made a screenshot for every screen and more or less every state, connecting and organizing things into features or slices that we also were planning to deliver in the same way. We also connected every screen to their respective representation in the code base, so native ones, so it's easier for developers to actually find where the screen was in the native app and figure out some of the quirks that were there. You can imagine there were many in 8 years. Yeah, and we also prioritized the things that were the riskiest for us. So we had a bunch of integrations with the third-party services within the app, and we were a little bit afraid that some of them might not work. So this is how I was looking like when we had to map these old years, 8 years of development into a single Figma board, connecting all the dots. And this is actually how it looked like. You can barely see. So basically, here is one screen, and you can imagine that's a whole screen map going all the way through. So it took us some time. I won't say many weeks or months, more like maybe a week of work of a single person. Plus, we also enriched it throughout the way when we figured out some quirks that were there in the 8 years. Yeah, now there's a bit of an interactive part. I would need to ask you everyone to vote for either one fork or the other. A few words about each candidate. Let's say architecture is a little bit more technical, but still, I would tell a bit our stack, deep diving into our stack, about some of our choices, structures, the code base, and the processes, which is also very, very important. A little bit more on the AI front of things, how we stepped into this, which decisions helped us also to ship the whole thing with almost no delay, and the plan was like for half a year. So for the first one, I would kindly ask everyone who would like to hear about the architecture to stand up on 1, 2, 3, and then I'll more or less count the amount of people, and that would help me to decide which direction do we go. So please, 1, 2, 3, please stand up, those who want to the architecture, and okay. Okay, good. So we go for processes.
What about both?
20 minutes limit. Maybe you'll find me on the pizza break and I'll dive deeper into both. But yes, dark architecture. Okay. Yeah. So the processes side of things. We review the way we work. So we're quite a small company, about 20 people delivering daily to production. And with this team was even smaller, like just 4 developers. So we had a lot of things that we needed to agree upon, how we work, how we deliver. And we made this kind of agreement between us that the first day you start with the new feature, you actually, by the end of the day, deliver a proof of concept, let's say. So if it's an integration with a third-party service, then by the end of the day, we try to actually share the video, like, hey, this integration already works. Maybe it's not styled, it's far from perfect, but you tackled the most riskiest part of it. Or if it's a big form, then okay, maybe you just assembled all the fields and started with some validation, plus you made a plan for the next day. After the feature was more or less completed, and the final completion, we actually always recorded the iOS and Android videos from the emulators. For our use case, they seem to be very, very stable. So we rarely stumbled upon some things that you would only notice with the real device. And that also showed the maturity of the Expo, but also our use case was maybe a little bit simplified. We didn't need a lot of hardware along the way. Yeah, we also spent a lot of time on the reviews, especially in the first months. That helped us also to align on the architecture and many things that I had to skip a little bit, but this alignment was always shifting into the automation side of things. So whenever we saw that we're not building in the way we wanted the things to be, we always created or tried to reflect this in cursor rules at that time. We're heavily on the cursor, or in custom ESLint rules, or pre-tier or anything. So every review was actually landing more in, not in like fixing, I don't know, formatting, but rather adjusting those things that help us to avoid those mistakes on the next reviews. And I didn't share much about the architecture, but actually a few notes here to mention. We have a separate folder in our folder structure, which is called screens. And actually that folder contains the whole vertical slice of the feature. So while this folder contained most of the features that landed in all the screens and everything, it's one of the most regulated in terms of the applied rules. For example, on the right, you can see one of the quite many ESLint rules automations. Because, for example, when you at least half a year ago, even like earlier when we started, we, even with all the cursor rules and everything, it's still tried to push some other approach every now and then. Like you wanted to use our own image components, no way. Like 90% of times it's okay, but then 10% it just ships a different one. Or you don't want to use class names, like we use everything on native Wind, and then again, in some cases, you get it wrong. The AI gets it wrong, and developer could also miss it. So we spend a lot of effort in actually building those guardrails for AI and for ourselves as well. We also spent quite some time on the release process automation. So we have, I could say, more or less a one-click release. Why more or less? Because on Android, it's fully one-click release to production for the whole Android app. So you just hit the button like start the workflow. On GitHub Actions, it does the patch increase, aggregates all the PRs that happen between releases, builds a nice changelog message for us, runs tests end-to-end on Maestro, runs production builds on Expo, deploys Android for beta track as well as production track immediately, iOS for beta testers, and test flights. But then there's a tiny bit you need to do yourself, is just open the Connect and start the distribution, the 7-day phased release. But it's still super easy process that changed the way we've been looking on the release ever since, and it also simplified. You got both stores almost one click. Yeah, next I'd like to just share a bit of our decision behind where we went first. As I mentioned before, we had both Android and iOS, so we needed to ship both for all our users, and Android's 1,000 monthly active users is not a joke. You need really to put many safeguards along the way, so you sleep at night. So we started with the Android first because the rollout for Android is way more flexible than for iOS. So for Android, for example, you can freeze the rollout at any percentage. Also, somehow, maybe it was just a luck, maybe something like all the stars put in a single line, but Google actually started reviewing our application, the process that Google does automatically for all the apps within 2 hours. So before it was usually a day, but right within our release, maybe a luck for us, it actually started to happen within 2 hours. So it was super easy to deliver like fixes for the things, and rollout for Android took us around a month, while this gradual rollouts. And for iOS, we started right after. Within, I think, a week or two, we also rolled out iOS, starting with beta testers first, and then for all users with the phased 7 days release. Yeah, next voting round. I think I'm already getting like half of my talk. So there's first is about trickiest parts, a bit of things we didn't expect from Expo, as well as not just Expo, and a small detective story here as well on investigations. Why did it happen so? Or we go a little bit more on the observability side of things, where also very important topic that actually helped us to sleep healthy at nights. Maybe not in my case with the kids, but yeah, still. Same rules, same voting. So everyone who wants to hear about the first part, please stand up. And I'll also count more or less how many people are there. On 3, please. 1, 2, 3. Oh, what's the second part? Okay. Tricky part. No detective story, like fans. Okay. I saw detective is always like top 1 on the every audiobooks in Poland. Like you always get thrillers and detective. Everyone listens to them.
You're okay. Not technical.
So we miss detective. No detective for everyone. Oh, wait.
The voting was rigged. It was all the way around. People are lazy. They don't want to get up. If those votes were other way around, it would get tricky parts.
I anyway got it. All the tricky parts. Okay. So what we watch and what we observe. So we try to collect as much as we can. We rely mostly on the Datadog. That's the platform that we used to have for quite a while now. It is quite pricey, I would say. That's one of the downsides, and maybe a bit overcomplicated in some cases, but it gives us a lot of tools. We used to try a little bit the Expo Insights. That's a new thing, more or less new things from Expo. Now it's also Expo Observe. It's with even more deeper data about how the app is used. And we also have Firebase because we use Firebase remote config, but analytics just comes there for free. So what we actually check, we check the core business metrics. So while we are still developers, we're fully responsible for the whole app, how it works. Worth mentioning that we don't have QA as a company for the last 5 years, like zero at all. No QAs. And as you heard, we're quite big, relatively big for one market. So we, as a team, we observe core business metrics, for example, how users register, how workers apply for shifts, how they report hours. We also check the funnels, how things work. We used to have this good habit of actually reporting back to the business about the features. When we release the feature, we track how it's been used within 1 or 2 weeks, especially for the core ones, and we also share this in a group chat, like, hey, this is how many users registered, and so on and so forth. We also, for us, the big help here was the 10 stack, and with the suspense view and the error boundary in React, with them it's very easy to get the good look and feel of how many screens failed. Also don't fail the app, but you get this not nice, but good looking screen telling you like, oops, something went wrong, and you can retry. And also we collect all of the data, and based on it, we also try to decide where do we go next, where do we need our attention to the fixes. Also with the AI, it's been a lot of AI is the whole theme throughout the whole presentation and the whole release. Maybe I didn't dive deep enough, but I think everyone is quite heavy on the AI anyways already. But the recent, maybe several months, we are really happy that we built Cloud Skill that actually can understand how our app is built and which services are connected and how. And with Claude, you can actually ask it to do the debugging, and it really solves many, many things and helps us to knock the problems almost immediately. And there are proactive Claude tag now as well, they're running. Okay, so very nice. Overall, it was a great success for us, even though it was the first trial and experience. And while we had some issues, which I had to miss the part about the detective mode, but yeah, I would maybe cover it during the pizza time. So it's not the 4 months in. I actually realized it's closer to 6 months in now. 4 engineers successfully delivered the whole thing without QAs, almost without any big things broken throughout the release timing. So we had paused a little bit the rollouts for iOS, for example, and for Android, but it went well. The goal for us was to actually involve every engineer in the development afterwards, making this whole React Native experience democratized. So if you had some React experience, you can write React Native within a day for us and deliver a small feature or a bigger screen. Some numbers, we used to have about 6, 7 repositories, which were moved to 1. After all, then some numbers about the, I don't know, Canva somehow broke the out a bit, but our iOS app actually decreased. The size was around 40 megs, became 27. We're not really looking after it, but get it for free. Same on Android, was around 60, became 48. Our cold startup on iOS actually is now 1.2 seconds average, was around 1.8. Unfortunately, cold startup on Android decreased to 3.4 seconds from a bit around under 2 seconds. But overall, I can highlight that, for example, I do have Galaxy S8 device somewhere in my drawer, and it worked really on par with the native app because we did a lot of testing. Yeah, and so the real performance didn't suffer much. So a few key learnings for us that we want to highlight. Standardize the architecture early. It really pays off. You build the rules, you build the grip, and then delivery of the features. Many features are now delivered within a day, even if it's a big new screen. Front load code reviews. So we did a lot of code reviews in the beginning. Now we're a little bit losing the grip, and people who had experience can actually deliver to production without any review. Generally happy with the Expo ecosystem and how it worked out. The only thing I would highlight is the deep links, something that Expo provides out of the box, works really nice in many scenarios, but we underestimated it a bit, and it was a bit also in this investigation detective moods that I had skipped. It was about deep links actually. Yeah, and one thing worth highlighting, it was really easy to escape to native from React Native. That was one of the concerns from our engineers, especially the native mobile engineers. We have this PDF viewer. Somehow there was no library that just worked for us out of the box, so we had to move the exact same approach we had on old native apps into React Native. And actually, the guy who did it is here in the room. I will not point the finger, but he made it within half a day, and it all made to production. So we're really happy. That's actually it. Yeah, thank you all.
Do you have any questions to this talk? Here you go.
So thank you very much. I just looked up on in the iOS App Store your app, and this is real that the last update was 15 hours ago, so this is quite frequent. My question is, because I know Expo ecosystem, do you heavily rely on their services for this deployment, or you are building with pushing the update to production?
Yes.
Do you rely on, the question is, do you rely on Expo services, or you have your own Docker pipelines which are building IPA file and APK
Android.
ABB? Yes. So how do you do this one-click release to production?
Thanks. That's a great question. So we heavily rely on Expo for the pipelines. Actually, Expo builds our iOS production app, IPK. I forgot the extension, and AAB for Android. Those both are built on Expo. Expo pushes our app to Test Flight and Android Play Store. Also, Expo does push the Android for also production track. So again, it's all fully automated. For Android, you just do one click. Most of the heavy workload happens on Expo side, on the ES pipelines. And again, for iOS, there's just a few things that Fastlane doesn't automate, doesn't even allow them to automate. So you still have to go and click Start Distribution. But they also launched recently, I think, this, I forgot the name, it's like Store something-ish, where, for example, on iOS, there's this not really nice thing for every release. You need to fill in what's changed, and like people rarely do this now because you don't expose bug fixes. It's like, or some improvements. And also not many people even read what your auto update does on iOS. So this automation is actually also done by Expo. They have a module for this. But you need to, I think, currently run this from your local machine to actually fill in those several text areas. But yeah, it's happening on Expo. We do now about 6, 7 releases a month to both stores. And when we were in this heavy rollout phase, I think we did about 20-ish releases within a month for Android, at least, for sure. For iOS, maybe about 10. And the pricing is quite good, I would say. So for now, we pay less than 100 for Expo for all the builds, tests, and everything that happens on their site. And the configuration was quite slim.
Okay, thank you very much.
Any other questions? Yes.
In your presentation, you mentioned that a team of 4 worked on this rewrite. But do you have like 4 engineers or more engineers touching the app code daily, monthly? So is it 4 engineers or more?
Yeah, that's a great question. So it was 4 engineers. Now it's closer to 20. So everyone, I think quite a few also people with more backend experience with very low React and even React Native managed to dive and do tweaks. Let's say you did a validation change in the database and you need to do some tweaks on the React Native. Many of them, like all of them, managed to do it. And now on the regular basis, I would say around 10 people are frequent contributors. most of them did have front-end experience, starting with the front-end experience, more React side of things, but not all. So the biggest driver for us was actually democratizing it to everyone and simplifying the development without losing the quality for the end users.
Do you use AI review systems like Bugbot or something?
So we used to try many tools. We currently stayed with the CodeRabbit after tweaking it for quite a while. And also, as I mentioned, especially people who have a bit less experience in maybe mobile side of things, or even a bit less on overall front-end experience, we usually ask them to post the review into our channel, along with the videos of the recording. That's always a must for us. Even if you didn't do that there, then you also post it to product updates, the recording, like how your feature works. So you're as an engineer fully responsible start to end for the feature and making sure it works. But within this channel that we post, there's also a Cloud Tech, which is doing a review on top of CodeRabbit. Maybe we'll adjust it later on, but yeah, there's a lot of good catches from those tools. And especially, I didn't mention much, but as our architecture tells, there are layers in our app for which the review is more optional, let's say. If you're not touching like a home screen and it's some small screen somewhere, if it breaks, okay, that's not that bad. The blast area radius is quite small, but if you're touching, I don't know, shared components, which are on every screen, or bootstrap logic, then the review severity is higher. So yeah, there are many guardrails that we try to put into the whole system.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, we don't have more time for questions. So, big applause again for Evgeny. And now, let's proceed with just give me a second. Yeah. Okay, so I know. One of the questions is we have two more speakers at the moment, yeah. But before we go deeper into the next talk, which is going to be held by Martin, we are going to get some energy. Let's go for a short break because the pizza is awaiting for us already. Yes. So let's make our bellies a bit more full with some food, with some drinks. And I think we will start somewhere around 8. Yeah, so be there back.
Здорово. Здравствуйте.
So welcome back to our WarsawJS Meetup number 140. And how is your level of energy? Like, woo! Yay! Make some noise if you're great. Sorry?
It's hitting the roof.
It's hitting the roof. Whoa, that's great.
It's going
Because
through the roof,
yes, nice. Because we have 2 more talks. So, first one is by Marcin. So give him a hand. He's going to speak about. The stage is yours.
Hello, hello. My name is Marcin Łunkiewicz. I'm really happy that I'm here and you are having me here. But I have to tell you truly that the presentation, which was before, I don't know, I understood like 50% of the presentation. Not because the presenter, but because of me, because I'm from the totally different angle of the production, or I don't know how to call it, technology. You are doing really, not me. I'm a producer.
We understood 30.
Yeah,
Don't worry. That was the intention.
That was great. That was great. So yeah. So my work is usually to find out the project, find out the strategy, finding the money, and give it to someone, and telling him do it, and it must work. I don't know how. Doesn't matter. Oh, sorry. And this is the problem with.
I think I know what to do.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it works. It works. It works.
I just needed to go through it.
Yeah, this is it, and probably it's because I don't have a charger here, but I don't know. We'll see. So I'm here because I would like to tell you something and explain something about the how I models positioning brands, because I'm doing communication. I'm working in the technology as a producer. I have to tell you, not a developer. I never wrote any line of the code. I know nothing about it totally.
Not yet.
Not yet, not yet. Oh, I'm working with Claude, so probably it won't happen, but I
We
don't.
did it after you under the hood.
Yeah. So, but first I would like to explain something about myself. I'm a producer. I was doing in the past projects as a stop motion animation, Peter and the Wolf, which got an Oscar, or Świteś, The Lost Town of Świteś, which was on the shortlist to the nominations. And the Peter and the Wolf, it was stop motion animation, puppet animation. And the Świteś was 3D animation, which we combined with oil painting, so it was totally art work. In the past, I produced the first 360 video series for TVN, Polish TV station. And for the reason of this series, we built a camera, which was high quality 360 video camera. That was quite crazy time. I was doing the documentaries in VR, 360 video, all over the world with Martyna Wojciechowska, or I built with the researchers in 2020 or 21 world in the VR chat. That was totally crazy, and I wrote some essays about how we can cooperate with artificial intelligence or robots. I worked with the researchers from all over the technology, from the technology to the art, and yeah, and my practice experience, and probably that's why I'm here, from the few years, it was that in 2023, we produced the first TV commercial, which was fully generated by AI. And that's what we get from the market. After that, first you should see this commercial, and that would be.
Wyobraź sobie, że chcesz poderwać koleżankę, a może uwieść własną żonę. Jest jedna zasada. Musisz się skupić na niej. Masz obawy, że nie staniesz na wysokości zadania? Spokojnie, jest Maxon Forte. Działa nawet po 12 minutach u mężczyzn z różnymi przyczynami problemu. Teraz całą uwagę możesz skupić na niej. To jest lek. Dla bezpieczeństwa stosuj go zgodnie z ulotką dołączoną do opakowania. Nie przekraczaj maksymalnej dawki leku. W przypadku wątpliwości skonsultuj się z lekarzem lub farmaceutą. Maxon Forte. Co chcesz, to się stanie. Adamet.
I hope so. No.
The acting was stiff.
Yeah, there
Too
was
much Maxon.
Yeah, too much Maxon. That's true.
No, this
That's
looks
true.
like real
yeah,
art.
Yeah. That's what you saw here. It was after the presentation. I mean, after the screening of this commercial, we had remember how many comments on our socials that I want to through my TV said via window because I cannot forget this commercial for all my life or something like that. It was a lot of them. But I'm showing it not because I want to show you my commercials, but of course, yes. But next year, exactly 1 year after that, we produce another Maxon. Almost the same script.
Wiesz kto to? Najpiękniejsza kobieta na świecie. I ta też. Więc powiedz jej to, zanim przejdziesz od słów do czynów i nie bój się, że nie staniesz na wysokości zadania, tylko weź Maxon Forte. Sprawdzony lek na erekcję. Wystarczy jedna tabletka. A teraz wybaczcie, bo jestem umówiony. Z najpiękniejszą kobietą na świecie. To jest lek. Dla bezpieczeństwa stosuj go zgodnie z ulotką dołączoną do opakowania. Zwróć uwagę na przeciwwskazania. W przypadku wątpliwości skonsultuj się z lekarzem lub farmaceutą. Maxon Forte. Co chcesz, to się stanie.
Adamet Ekspert.
That's what I want to tell you right now. It's not about the Maxon. Really, guys, I'm not selling Maxon. It's about how technology develops very fast. We are a small company. We are 10 people together. We worked together like in 2016, and we could produce in the period of 1 year totally different quality of the video. Before that, we produced the Peter and the Wolf or Świteś. You saw that we are doing art projects too, but of course, we made a lot of commercials. We live because of commercials. Of course, this is our life daily. But imagine what it means if a small company from Poland could produce so much better quality in the period of the year. What's going on with the in Google? What's going on in OpenAI? They changed how they train the models so fast. It's totally, we cannot even imagine what they can do. Did you use the Fable 5 model? Who used? Hands up.
I'm too poor.
Company Sorry about that. Ask your friends, maybe they will borrow it. So you understand that the quality of the AI is growing very fast on every part of the technology we can imagine. Not only technology, but and I believe that right now we reached the moment where we cannot. Of course, I'm talking about the video. We cannot decide what is the real and what is.
Po co płynąć z nurtem, jak można pod prąd? Chillujesz? Mało scrollujesz? To bierz tylko tyle neta, ile zużyjesz. Bez spiny. Gadasz, wysyłasz, płyniesz, a internet buja w twoim rytmie. Ale bez szaleństw. Plan dla tych, co lecą szybciej niż reszta. Wnet, w noc, w miasto. Wszystko bez ograniczeń. Jak cyfrowa Walhalla. Dopasuj swój plan i żyj po swojemu. Pod prąd. Z Mobile Vikings.
And of course, I can see here a lot of mistakes. But someone who is watching it in the commercial part of the TV or internet cannot see nothing about it. It's not possible to reach what is the real and what is generated, right? And
I also want to say that thanks to your work, I finally feel like we are living in the 70s or 60s because there are only beautiful people and there are no yes, and they are.
Yeah, maybe they are all beautiful, but if we would like to watch the last commercial frame by frame, you could see that there are so many mistakes and so many, the things which we can make better in the future. But this is the problem of the models. But that's what I want to tell you, that models, the AI is not a magic, because a lot of people think that AI is something magical. I don't know, it's great, we can do something, or we lose a job or something. Excuse me?
It's not AI.
Yeah,
It's linear algebra.
Yeah, of course. This is the math, right? It's not artificial intelligence, it's not an intelligence at all. It's just the math. And it's very important to understand that we are talking about the math formulas, not about something what is unusual great. And how it works. I mean, how works artificial intelligence? Imagine that we are working with ChatGPT and we would like to make, a sentence for a poem. Instruction is write as a poem or something like this. First, the model is using statistics, the past, knowledge about me. I'm the operator, right? I'm writing a prompt. Make me something, write me a poem or something like that. So when I wrote it in Polish, the statistics is that the answer should be in Polish, right? When I was working with the model for a few months, weeks, days, whatever, he knows that what I like, what I don't like, what I want, or whatever. But and in this moment, the model, what it has to do, it has to write a word to the sentence, word by word to the sentence, to the first sentence. And imagine how it finds out the first word in the sentence. This is very important. First, he uses statistics. And then after the statistics, he has around 2,000 words which fit to as a first word in the sentence, right? Then it used another math. It's the probability. That from the probability, it left like around 100 words, which all of them fit as the first word in the sentence he needs to make for me, right? At the end, if there is 100 words, it draw. It's totally draw. It's not something, and the first word is draw, second word is draw, third, the sentence is draw, the whole document is draw, the picture is draw, the sound is draw, the music is draw, and what it means. When the human being is getting this, I don't know, the picture, or getting this poem or whatever, the people are saying that, wow, it's so beautiful. But for AI, it's just, it's draw. It's not beautiful. There are no any understanding even of beautiful. There is only math. Math. And that's it, right? There are no even words there. There are only numbers. And correlations, of course. And
can I just one thing?
Yeah.
Because you speak about this at the end book.
Yeah.
I'm not totally agree with you concerning what you wrote.
Yeah, of course, it simplifies.
Yeah.
Try to simplify the process.
This is a goal. After that, the solution is deterministic.
No. I'm saying that, of course, solution to work with the artificial intelligence is determinism. Of course, yes, because models are probabilistic, right? So, but this is quite interesting.
No, you cannot be probabilistic and deterministic.
No. Listen.
I'm sorry. Let's just make this as a talk.
Yeah. I will explain. This. It's okay.
It's taking your time for the talk.
Yeah, I know. I have 6 minutes. Sorry, guys. I never even start to explain about the.
There is going to be also the Q&A.
Yeah. But what it means, when the system is drawing, I mean, the artificial intelligence is drawing. It's great for the students in the high school, because if they have write the same kind of work for the teacher, right? They can write the same instruction in the model, and each of them will get different answer. Answer will be right, but it will be totally different. But if you are a professional, as I'm doing professionally, using professionally AI, and when we are doing commercial, we need 3, 5, 10 shots with the same character, with blonde girl, which is totally the same. We cannot just draw. We need the same person, right? That's why we use deterministic systems, which are using data. That's why if you want to work with AI, first what you have to do, you need to build a deterministic system with data and use AI only in few parts of the system where you need a strategic thinking, right? Creative thinking, or whatever. But in general, that's what we are doing in our company. We are building deterministic systems with some injections of AI in that system, right? So thinking about AI that do it for me, it won't work, never. Even with the Fable 5. I like it very much, but it's not possible and probably never be. So we don't have to worry about that. AI will kill all of us, right? Another, 5 minutes left. Okay. AI and natural language. I mean, 8, okay. AI and natural language. It's very important because right now, from my point of view as a producer, text and code, because when we have a text, we can have a code right now because of AI. It's the new production tool. I can produce commercial using text and code. I don't need the old staff of people on the set. And it's something totally, I mean, it's not new because we always use the text as some kind of tool to cooperate, to communicate, right? But this time, it's totally new perspective of using text and code as a tool, right? And we can do everything with text today. You are using text to check the code, right? We are using text to produce the commercial. But the same is with the model, is that model have a knowledge, a lot of them, but not all of them. A lot of them, but not all of the knowledge which is in the world. And they are representation of the world right now. I mean, they know the representation of the world. And what is very important, people start using AI, and the AI is changing the way of making decisions by people. And I have to tell you that the first time we are working with AI since 2020, and I have to tell you that first time this week or last week, we had two clients came to us, two clients, and both they ask about how we can position our brand in AI, because we understand that we need to be in ChatGPT, because if we are selling anything, what people will do first, they will check in AI. Oh, how to explain? Sorry, guys. People start to using AI as a decision maker. If you want to buy a bike and you will ask AI about the bike, you will get 3 or 5 brands, which it gives it to you. But of course, there is hundreds of brands which doing a bikes, right? Producing a bikes. And the question is, and those two clients ask us this question, what we could do to be those 3 or 5 brands which AI will show when people will ask about it, about the bike. It wasn't about the bike. And I was doing it for 2 or 3 years, so I was thinking about how AI in general, positioning the data, I mean the brands, where it gets data from, and how we can change it. Is it possible to change this positioning of the brand? And the first slide is quite easy to understand, because AI models, all of them, I'm talking about the foundation models like ChatGPT, like Gemini, and the humans, they have the same source of knowledge, of data. So that's what we need to change. We need to change the sources of knowledge about the brands, right? But that's what I said before, unfortunately, that people start to using AI as a massive scale, making a decision using the data from the AI. And right now the model is that there is a data from internet. AI models get this data and train themselves using it. Then a person is asking the question, AI answer the question, and human get the information and decision, right? And what I said before, that not all brands are represented in the model, and model shows only few of them. And we built around 8 months ago the system which is trying, because we cannot get information from model. How do you what do you know about the brand? There is no any tool, there is no any possibility to get information how the model is built inside, what kind of data it has, and why and what for. And we built a tool which asking around 1,000 questions to ChatGPT and Gemini, because those models are the most important on the mass market. And look, here there was the drugstore chains category. we asked models, the question were built because we have a methodology, and the methodology look like that 50% of the words, there's around 1,000 questions, 50% of the words, the questions are blind. There are no questions about the brand. This is a question, I have a headache, where should I buy some drugs, right? Or the questions which could ask any of us just using ChatGPT. And the second half of the questions, they are about the brands. What do you think? Superfarm is better than Rossmann or not? And yeah. Sorry, because I'm watching here and like 3 minutes. Okay. So I will tell about the attributes because it's quite interesting, probably.
Did we skip that one slide? Yes, we did.
Yeah, because I want to tell you about the
Okay,
attributes.
brilliant.
And as you can see here, this is important. This is important. Large brands which spend much more money on the internet, I mean the communication in internet, they are seen much better than the smaller brands which has no money or presentation in internet on the same level. So this is very strategic moment because I'm a little bit afraid about the small brands, local small brands, even not small but local one, which has less money than the large international corporations, right? Because it could be, I'm not sure it will be, but it could be that in the period of the year, 2 years, 3 years, we will have only in ChatGPT, we can see only the large scale brands which spend a lot of money just to be there. Just to be there. They have money for doing it, right? So I don't know how to solve the problem. I see the problem. I don't know how to solve it, but maybe you will find out some great ideas how we can do it. But this is the way how we test. I mean, how we research how we ask the questions to the models. And if you can see those 3, which are very known, they are here, right? So if we ask 1,000 questions, 75% times almost, the answer was choose this one, 3 of them, right? So imagine if you are a great, I don't know, developer and you want to be seen in ChatGPT, you have to start thinking about it right now. What ChatGPT knows about you? What will be if your, I don't know, the company you want to work with, what will do the HR manager? First, it will grab the ChatGPT and ask, do you know the person, right? And what is important there, I will go here. This is not real. I mean, this is some kind of generated by me, but it explains quite well what we try to do in our company, because we want to build a semantic brand semantic twin, the map of the brand. And we are building the system which is will ask not 1,000 questions, but tens of thousands or maybe hundreds of thousands questions to many models. And this is it. And this is very important. And next time I will explain you how we are trying to do that. It was really nice to meet you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Look, I had so many slides. And you can see on
we just agreed that if he's not going to go to, if Martin is not gonna go through all of the slides, we will have a second part of the speech, someday in the future, Okay, so do you have any questions? We can also continue what you just started, but too many.
I have one question.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
so he was first.
Yes. Go ahead.
Thank you very much for your presentation.
Thank you.
My question is, there were 70% of the time the model was suggesting the one which has good marketing or visibility on the internet. When was the moment when it was not showing them but showing the others? Like, what were the question or the type of thing?
There was. I mean, we are researching in the category of the products. So the 50% of the words are blind, questions are blind. So there are no brand at all, just question about the kind of products. And the 50% of the words are straight with the brands. We are using, we deciding which brands are in the pool which we are asking the questions, right?
So like
That's why, yeah, we choose the brands. We choose the brands.
So it was not suggested by a. No, I understood that but most of the time it was suggesting the top ones.
Yeah, we choose because we have another system, in which we research the market for our clients. We research the targets, we research the competition to our clients and what our clients do in the internet, etc., etc. And we decided that because, as I said, it's not the final version of the system. It's just some kind of MVP, I can say. Right, so we decided the pool of the companies which we choose to the questions will be 5 of them. But of course, if we ask the artificial intelligence tell me about all brands you can find out in your database, right? It will give us a lot of brands, right? That's true. But in general, if you are asking, I'm thirsty, what should I drink? Probably it will be Coca-Cola or Pepsi first,
Thank you very much.
Sure. Any other questions?
Check.
I do have one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, Marcin. My name is Hercules. I work here. Hello. And after hours, I'm a video editor. And I'm just curious whether, well, we all know that the Reels, for example, are edited by AI already and pretty well. And were those advertisements that you showed us edited by AI, or you still hire video editors?
We have two processes, right? One process is traditional one, that we are traditional using AI. Traditional in the way that we are not shooting. We generated shots and we edit it in traditional way. I mean, there is an editor, we are doing color grading, sound, etc. All the process is the same as in the traditional way of the production, but we are not shooting. The second process is that it's full generated. I mean, none of those which I showed today was full generated because we are in the tests right now, but I have a test and it works perfectly, but not for creative content. It works very well for informational content, for some kind of standards, when we will build some kind of format, video format, right? So it will do it quite well. But if you want to make some creative or some kind of content which is not usual, I mean, it's not the same all the time, you always need a person there, right? And that's what I want, because we are building the system which operates on all marketing process from the beginning till the end. And it works quite well. But important information is that there is always human in the loop. There is no possibility that AI will do something really good, quality content by itself. It's not possible. Maybe in the future, yeah, maybe. But today it's not possible. But in general, title of my presentation, which you saw in internet, was that the AI as your right hand, because I believe that AI is our right hand. It should help us to work better, faster, do more creative things if we need it, do research if we need it, but it cannot just be us. It's not possible. So our system works that on each stage there is need a person who is make a decision. Doesn't have to execute it, because execution is made by AI, but decision is always made by a human, right? Always.
Thank you.
Time for one more question. Short one. Anyone?
So yes, I will
Very
go for-
shy as
so
for
I will go
you.
for so there is something like Google Trends, and my question relates to the possibility of big techs providing such a tool as you are building. And do you have, so for example, if OpenAI decides to create something like ChatGPT Insights, and Google comes with Gemini Insights, then do you think that you can still provide something unique from your service, so that you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So,
I'm not afraid of that. Do you know? Probably not, because you are developers, but in my world, I mean the professional world, there are so many examples where the large companies like Amazon, they killed the business models of the companies which were selling on Amazon. They had all process inside the Amazon, right? The business model, the advertising, everything was inside it. They knew the model then. They killed the business. I mean, the business was slower and lower and slower and lower. And after a few weeks, there was another company, the same, I mean, almost the same business model, but the owner was the Amazon. So that's what we are building. We are building something, I'm not sure it will work, but I believe yes, that we are under those brands, I mean, under those platforms. Because when our system is distributing content, the commercials to all social media platforms, right? To Facebook, to Instagram, to TikTok, etc., etc. And I believe that, and all data from those platforms is going to our platform. I mean, from the first second after the distribution of the content. So the owner of the brand which cooperates with us, the brand which cooperates with us, have all this data from the very beginning. And it's brand's data, it's not our data, right? So in the situation that one of the platforms decide to kill the brand because they want to get the business like theirs, there won't be a problem like this, because there will be much more platforms working with the brand. So we're trying to build something what is some kind of, I don't know how to explain it in English, sorry, but some kind of platform which is under the, I don't know how to explain it. But all data should be, because when the brands use the Facebook today, since last year, the Facebook has. Sorry, I have to go.
I think yes.
I'm very sorry. I need to. Yes.
It's okay. Don't
Yeah, but the thing is that yes. The thing is that also after the meetup we will have a few minutes also for some networking, so we can also continue your answer. Yeah. Before we go for Mikhail for his talk, I promised you also that for the best questions, those people are going to get the JetBrains license. So I will ask first you. Yeah. Yes. Which question was the best? Yeah, it's two, I think. Yeah.
I remember Maria's question.
You're not competing. You're not competing. So Arthur had also one.
Yeah.
And
so there were two questions.
I think there were two questions only, right? Yeah. So Arthur, yeah, you're getting the. Yeah. Good. Martin?
I don't know. I can't.
Pick one. Pick one. Yes. If you don't know, let's draw. Yeah. But but do it quickly.
Sorry. I will.
Okay, think about it. Yeah, and after let's give it a try. Yeah. So because those people do reserve this. Yeah. Okay. So now big applause to.
I keep forgetting there's no microphone.
There is no micro for you.
Feels so weird.
It's the space.
Okay. How much do I move around? It's unknown.
There's a microphone in the ceiling, the white one.
Yeah.
But you can still move around.
Okay, right. So I feel kind of weird coming up on stage dressed like a clown after such a serious talk, but it is what it is. And in fact, this is the thing I'm super excited about. And my clown outfit is somewhat related because it's a silly API. It's not a silly API, it's an amazing API that allows us to do silly things. So yeah, again, a bunch of developer stuff gonna come down now. And before we begin, just 1 hour ago, I was doing some research and I saw that they released TypeScript 7, which is now in Go. So yes! To you, I was waiting for this and it was released an hour ago, so I'm very happy. Anyway, we're not switching to it for half a year, but it doesn't matter. So this talk, I am trying to do a very hard thing and not ever talk about artificial intelligence. Not a single word. In fact, if I say that, there's a AI. Almost close enough. So there's a counter that will increase if I say the word, and I'll try my best not to do that. So
Swear jar.
yeah, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, so what is HTML in Canvas, right? And oh yeah, that's the title of the talk: HTML in Canvas. So what is it, and why do we need it? And in fact, let's. Oh
wow!
Very good, just in time. A moment. It's fine. Imagine that you're on a bus. You wake up and you're on a bus, and you just look outside the window. It's a beautiful day in Warsaw. It's a strange bus. There's something weird about it, but overall, you can jump around, you can walk around. Yeah, it is. Yeah, you recognize the street, but you think to yourself, you gotta buy a ticket. So you walk around, and you see, oh, there's a very conveniently placed ticket machine here, and look at that, you can gamble and get a ticket yourself. There's no collision, as you can see, in the bus because it's a dream. But yeah, you can spin the wheel and try to win a ticket, or
we won.
Excellent. So as you can see, this is not something that is a 3D. In fact, if I do right click and inspect, oh, this is very small.
No way. This should be a canvas.
It is a canvas. So
Wow.
this everywhere is a canvas. Inside a canvas, there's a div. And in fact, if I move around, if I do something, you can still see that the box is still here and it's inside a canvas, just like that. And I can in fact interact with it, and I can delete stuff from it, change it. And this is HTML in Canvas. So this is really cool.
Wow.
Right. Anyway. So yeah, again, it's a definition for if you didn't understand what it was before. So API, it draws directly the children of the canvas inside of it. So actually, if you see this button, the top right corner, it means there's going to be a fun demo. And there are quite a few cool demos on it online. So I've just sprinkled everywhere around the talk. I just sprinkled the button like this, so we can. Okay, this one is not actually a demo of the API yet. So this is a website I made a while ago. This is a website that allows you to capture your. Let's do something. Let's try to capture this. So this is a website that I made a while ago. It allows you to open the page, click a record button, and there's a bunch of cool stuff like fancy transitions. You can increase the size of this, and then I press record here, and then it records, and it's a funny thing, right? And that the way it works is that it sends encoded videos to WebWorker and then encodes them with Web Codecs API. It doesn't really matter. But the fact is that the fun thing is that now it's a version of the website that is not yet live. This is why this is not an actual demo, but it will be live very soon, and you'll be able to record directly, all of that you see here, both of the videos and that, it's going to be in Canvas, and that allows us to do, again, as I showed you, the fun view transitions and everything, and all of this could be your video editing, essentially, suite. So you'll be editing videos in a browser because being able to, do HTML and Canvas. Anyway, so yeah, traditionally, why the hell do we need this in the first place, right? You could draw text before. There's nothing new in it. So traditionally, two ways to render stuff on the web. Again, it's DOM. If you don't know what DOM is, it's document object model, or it's HTML. It's the text that you write, and DOM is the interactive, essentially, representation of the HTML tree. That it's a document object model. That's what it is. You know what it is, right? Most of the people know what it is. Anyway, so again, it's the text, it's the forms, it's the accessibility, because web is really good. The DOM is really good at creating accessible things that are navigatable. You get a lot of keyboard navigation, even if you don't care, if you don't slap any area labels and focus groups or whatever it is. It's fairly decent out of the box, somewhat, right? And you get a lot of browser features if you press Command or Control F, you find stuff on the page. If you click the translate button, the stuff translates on the page, and that's actually enables a lot of people who don't speak English to visit some websites that don't have other languages. And it's an incredible thing, right? And it is, the DOM itself is very hard to get into the other GPU pipeline, the canvas, right? So you can't really draw, let's say, shaders on top of the page. You can, but it's fairly difficult. So just getting DOM to be displayed in canvas is pretty difficult. It's possible, but you essentially need to redo the browser rendering engine in JavaScript to draw stuff in canvas. That's not very nice. Right, and of course there's the canvas. So it's a hardware accelerated, fast rendering thing. It's great for, you know, games on the web, 2D, 3D, fancy stuff, but again, very limited in terms of accessibility and browser integrations. They just get lost as pixels, so you just see nothing. Right, again, we have another demo that looks like this one. Yeah, this one is pretty fun. So you have to kind of unfrost the form. And the thing is, so this is a real form. So I can type my name here, and in here is an email. And it actually has autocomplete. It's kind of fun, right? So I can do things, I can type a message here, and then I can send. It actually does send a form, and I just gave it to someone, but doesn't matter. So yeah, there's another demo. So how exactly does it work? And I really love this API, and this part is really fun. Anyway, so I usually have, obviously, it's just a canvas. And if you put, just like that, if you put stuff inside canvas, this is counted without any attributes or without anything whatsoever. This is counted as fallback. If canvas is not rendered, this will be rendered. And then the way you usually work with canvas is you get canvas, get context 2D or 3D, and that's it. Right? And the way it works now is, okay, it does not work anywhere just yet, but the way it's supposed to work, or the way it will work, is you will add this attribute here, layout subtree to canvas, and that enables a bunch of cool APIs to start working. You get onPaint event, which I'll explain a little bit later. And the way it works is you take an HTML element, for instance, right here, it's a button. It's a button that is inside of canvas, and you draw something with this function right here, draw element image, right? And it takes an HTML element as an argument, and it returns a CSS transform, which means, one moment. And then you apply the transform. So this is the entire loop. As you can see, our div right here, the entire secret is here. So it's style, and there's a bunch of math here, which is a transform matrix 3D, and then and this is exactly what changes when we walk around. As you can see, the transform matrix changes, and this is exactly how it works. Yeah, it's a very simple API, and it allows you just to do incredible things. Same thing is true for WebGL. If you're doing 3D stuff, and there's GL text element image 2D, which is it's a lot of complicated sounding things in that API. I mean, by that I mean WebGL, not HTML and canvas. Anyway, right? So you can do essentially textures. You can get texture from an HTML element to display it in WebGL. And let's have another demo. Let's take a look at that. So this is a very silly demo, serves no purpose, but just look at that. So right under here, there's an interactive element, and it's just distorted and affected by like ray casting and a bunch of other things. So there's no way it was possible to do this before. And exactly the same way as in everything is, as you can see, accessible, and you can select text and you can copy text, copy and paste. That's amazing, right? So yeah.
This would be great for cookies models.
Of course, definitely. And of course, WebGPU gets another method for that as well. And most importantly, so 3JS, if you don't know, you've probably used 3JS if you've ever done anything 3D on the web. So Mr. Dub, the guy behind 3JS, he's incredibly cracked. So as soon as this came out, he just went and created a pull request to 3JS to support this. So now you can do that in 3JS. And this is the most famous 3JS demo that is in all the examples for 3JS. So you can see right here, we have labels in Japanese and in English. And what you can do is use browser features like Google Translate or any other form of translation service to just display different text. Like in this example, it's obviously hard-coded, but you could, in theory, use browser translation feature to translate that, right? And that's also, again, selectable and navigatable, copyable, and pastable. So super cool. Right, so again, layout sub tree, canvas, we draw stuff, and then we paint. And that's the loop, right? So you draw the canvas, you draw the DOM to the canvas, then you apply transform, apply transforms that you get from this, you get transform matrix, then you change the DOM, again, and this is where the paint event comes in. So after you change the DOM, that triggers a paint event, and then you do all the things again. As long as your DOM is moving, this will keep spinning. If nothing is changing, nothing will be rendered.
So on paint is like request animation frame.
Exactly, it's exactly that. Yes, yes. There is so you can. Let me see if that's so. There is a method called request paint. So paint is exactly almost like request animation frame, and request paint is exactly animation frame that happens when if nothing is animating, but you still need to get the transform matrix, then you can request paint, and that's it. So that's for stuff like transferring this to web workers or something like that. Yeah. So how can you play with that? You can't really, unless as most of the people do, you run Chrome, which you can. Probably, and you probably do run Chrome or Brave, which I am currently running. So this is Brave browser. But if you have Chrome, then you can go to Chrome flags, canvas, draw element, or just Chrome flags and find Control F, Command F, and find canvas. Right? Origin trial. No, does anyone know what origin trial is? Okay, I'll explain very quickly. Very easy. So origin trials is Google Chrome's technology, so to say, to develop a process. So if you are someone, a big company or a small company or an individual, and you have a website, and you're thinking, okay, I wish this new technology worked on my website specifically. So then you click this button, and you say, okay, for this website, please allow me to use this API, which is kind of crazy. You're requesting a company, like you writing a message to a company to give you permission to use a new API, but that's how it works. That's how they do it, and this is solely to do like large-scale testing on users and cohorts to see that this API doesn't break everything at once. So you can enable this, ask specifically for your URL to have the support, or just go to flags and enable this, right? This is where I did draw a sad face that cross-origin stuff is constrained. So you cannot draw an iframe of your bank app, unfortunately. That is prohibited due to privacy stuff, security. And also you cannot recrawl someone in Canvas, unfortunately. So if you request a video recrawl from YouTube, it will not be drawn because it's a different origin. So, but good news is you can still play videos in Canvas, which if you have a source file for recrawl, you can still do that.
Or you could have your own proxy server, and then you could proxy this to your bank
Excellent.
web app.
Yes. So if you are really persistent, you can build a 3D maze out of your banking app and use it in there. I think that is a great application of the thing, right? And of course, because this is again, there's a bunch of performance concerns because when we get to do stuff in the DOM itself, you get a lot of stuff like compositor not doing work on the main thread. So stuff on the DOM is fast to render. If you just get a giant web page and put it in Canvas, everything is going to be on the main thread. So be aware of that. That's kind of slow. Can be. Anyway, how much time do I have? Actually, I don't know.
7.
Yeah, perfect. The most boring part starts here. So, anyone curious about how do browsers even get new features in the first place?
No. Yes.
We have 3 people, 3 persons to Anyway, so if you ever followed JavaScript standards, there's a TC39 committee that proposes stuff to change in JavaScript. But for web standards, we have something different because there's no singular entity like this. So we have VICG, which is not an entity that does standards, and it's not really relevant. This is just for incubating features. And the funny thing is, if you go to the website here, and you see how long does it take to develop certain proposals. For instance, here, Sanitizer API, incubating for 6 years and 6 months, 11 years and 6 months. This is how long it took to get this API. And a bunch of stuff, I just love browsing around again to see how many years did humanity spend on certain web features, which is kind of crazy, right? We have V3C, which is an entity related for, it's responsible for browser standards that are fun, like request animation frame, for example. And we have the boring standards, WhatVG, which is just boring stuff like DOM or HTML specific. So I don't know why didn't you need to hear that, but now I guess you know. It's you can flex your knowledge of the web lore later somewhere. This is the stuff that you can't really copy and you cannot really read because there's no QR code because I just made it up. And there's a couple of articles, but most importantly, if you just Google HTML and Canvas, you'll probably find the same stuff, so it's not really relevant. You can take a picture if you're interested, but there are other demos out here. Did I actually do? Oh yeah, this is one of my favorite ones. So this is an HTML input, and oh yeah, there we go. So and maybe you've seen this one, but
do a 6-7.
And again, as you can see, this is a canvas, and inside of the canvas, this is an HTML, straight up an HTML input. Kind of crazy. And oh yeah, and again, you can focus into it. This is when it's blue, I'm focused. It's focus visible.
So on the demo, they also adjusted the steps on that slider. You can try this too. Let's say step 1, you can try to play around with that.
I don't know.
Yeah, but it's steps.
Oh yeah,
66, 60.
Yeah, so it goes from 6 steps. Yeah, excellent. Yeah, so yeah, here's another demo, and these are so again because this is a live proposal, and there's no. This is not something that you can just go and see and work, but it was out there for quite some time. So people started, as soon as it came out, people started building crazy stuff. And this, because of this API constantly changes, all of this stuff no longer works, but we have videos of it. So I cannot show you the live thing, but we can watch some videos. So again, this is all DOM, and like this is possible to do in an accessible way now. So it's kind of cool. Selecting text, super cool. So you can have that.
Reliably useless.
Yes. So welcome back, Flash. So I'm not gonna show you other stuff, but doesn't matter. So yeah, close enough. Welcome back, Flash, and cheers, and go build something cool after this is finished.
Thank you very much for the talk. Oh, I see already. Hands up.
Yeah, I have a question. Can you go back to the slide, the one before 3JS? Yeah. What the hell is this?
GPU.
That's a I thought that's like a portable stove top.
Some GPUs are.
Yeah.
Okay,
Draw this with a mouse. Okay.
I have no more questions.
Now we have to test the counter. Does your counter work?
Okay. No.
So this was
deterministic. Okay. So my original idea, if you remember this, go all the way to the beginning. If you go back to the bus, what I originally wanted to have is on one of these screens up here. I wanted to have this entire talk. I want this to be on the screen because it is technically possible. And at the very end, and it turns out you're on the bus, right?
No.
It just didn't have the time to do that. But just hear me out. This was the idea, just so you know, right? And this is the reason this time I made all the slides are in like a JavaScript framework essentially, so in the browser. This is the reason I did them. And again, because I wanted to do the AI counter, that does not actually work, and it's just markdown footnote that says AI counter 0. That's hard coded. But I tried my best to not say AI even once, so that's irrelevant.
Now you said it twice.
I did say it once, twice.
Right now.
No,
but
that
it wasn't like the real. It was.
After
Yeah. Do you think if so? So
sorry, it does work.
Of course, I also need to ask a question. Do you think Microsoft PowerPoint still has chances to survive on the market if Slive Dev can be injected into websites which are 3D and can serve any movie?
No chance. This is the era when web finally becomes fun again. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the information that the time for the talk was over.
Hello, thank you for your presentation. My question is like, including that much 3D, how does it affect the actual performance of the website? Let's say I'm trying to make some high-end product website, and I introduce some 3D. How will it render, or how will it affect the loading time or speed?
Pretty bad. But
what we can do to improve?
So I mean, we can't
fall back.
So right now you don't have to do it in the 3D way. Right now, even now, there are a bunch of websites that have 3D on them. You don't have to have canvas in there for them to be working. There's most famously there's I see it on Twitter all the time. Like pops up a demo of a portfolio of a guy whose website is a 3D driving game where you drive around and he's like all his projects are is like a 3D objects, and it actually does not take that much of a toll on performance as you think. So if you build like all the performance techniques that apply without this apply here as well. It's doesn't really change anything. The only difference, as I mentioned, is that if your non-3D part is performance intensive, it's going to be much worse here on the canvas because all of it runs on the main thread. So it doesn't change stuff. But if your website outside 3D is heavy, then in 3D it's going to be even heavier.
Thank you.
I hope that helped. Yeah.
Any more questions? Nope. Okay, then. And we are coming slowly to the end of our meetup. The very first thing that I would like to ask you guys, and so Michael and Martin, yes, you picked the person for the Oh, thank you. Woo! We're getting the JetBrains license.
I will be a programmer someday.
Yeah.
You have a year.
You have a year. Yeah, you have a year for it. Exactly. So just come after the meetup, to me and to get the details. And Michael.
I picked this person right here. And what's your name?
Thank you, Faizan.
Faizan, nice. And I'll let you know what is going on with this license. And nice. And so, I would like to ask you also to fill out our survey. So scan the code, please, and let us know how this meetup was for you. Was it good? Is there something to improve? Because we would like to make those meetups the best ones for you all. So take a second.
5 stars, no complaints.
But also, if you have any suggestions for us, like maybe you would like to have a talk for a specific topic, you can also write it there, and we'll try also to find someone who can provide this talk for you.
You like elevator music.
Oh, yeah, we're missing this. I think once we discuss this, that we need this.
I don't know why it's not.
We'll make it for the next time. Yeah.
Like a soundboard.
Ah, yeah. Or maybe even like just to put some music like JBL box and speaker.
Soundboard.
Yeah.
Everything.
Oh, there is a music. Thank you. I still see that some people are filling out the survey, so we'll just wait a few more seconds. But I see that someone is like texting, so I hope it's texting because of the survey and not, like friends. Unless you want to invite already some other people to our next meetup, then yes, go ahead. I'm super happy about it. Good. So, I would like to ask you also for applause again for Evgeny, Martin, and me for the talk. Super great. And if you would like to have more of some knowledge sharing and some more infos about our ecosystem, then I want to invite you for the next meetup. The meetup number 141, which is going to happen on 12th of August. And we have something totally new now for our meetups, which is going to be a panel discussion. So I hope you're going to come and hear it, what is going on there. It's a new format for us, so we are also very excited to have it there. And a part of this panel discussion, we are going to have two talks. One is from Marcin Sadowski, MDMA Generative UI for you next for your next application. I think there's just a typo.
Also for the first time, I don't remember anyone giving up, like taking or sharing MDMA on the stage.
Then, so please come to see how it is going. Then Dmitry Moiseev, Apple News format, the weird JSON spec that powers news in 150 million devices. So this is the lineup for the next meetup for us. And we have two options for you to sign up for this meetup. First of it is, if you scan the code, there's the ticket with discount. So it's an early bird ticket. So if you want to grab the ticket, it's there. I have also the second option for you in a second. So this is the first one. And the second one, if you want to save a little bit of money, then I would suggest the yearly ticket. It's valid up to the end of August next year. It costs only 420 zloty, so you're free to go.
It's deductible. You can put it on your.
Yes, it is.
And it's 420, yo.
Yeah.
We will update the pricing soon to 6-7.
Nice. So, actually, this is it for today. There's one thing that I would like to ask you as well before we finish. Please come all over here so that we can have a very nice picture of all of you here, that you were here with us for our yeah, and don't touch the screen, yes.
Oh my
Nice. Someone switched up. Yes. Cool.
If you can come closer, it would be great.
Yes.
Oh,
Come on, come on. Wait a second.
I also use that.
Cool.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
4.
5.
6, 7.
Yay! Guys, thank you very much for attending this meetup.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We around 20 minutes to stay here, so you can stay here for like 20 minutes of networking, and then please 9:30 we need to leave the space. Yeah. Thank you very much, and see you in August. Dawaj. A może tu? Też. Dawaj na 2. Raz, 2. I mamy też posiadka.
Teraz to już nikt nie
Moja prawa strona jest lewa.
Słucham?
Że 30%.
Nie, to już żart. On nie wiesz,
Myślałem, że może jest zbyt techniczny waпрос.
Ja teraz migruję apkę z React Native'a i z powrotem do Native'a. Nie, z React Native'a migruję ją dla wyboru na eksport. Po to właśnie, żeby można było po to właśnie, że jak wiesz, jak ktoś żeby w teorii onboarding do niego rozumieć prostszy, bo więcej ludzi nie rozumie, a to budowanie w React Native to nie jest takie proste, aczkolwiek takie eksport też to trochę kosztuje, ale już wiesz, jak apka robi, ja robię w ogóle i robię apkę
For like static websites, I like the most Astro. Brzmi skomplikowane.
To mam wylogować się kompletnie?
ciężarówki.
So I think this is like the easiest way to create like very simple static
W środku ciężarówki, czy z zewnątrz?
No, I mean, you can prompt the page, like, you know, again, right now so much, so you just go to any AI and create me an Astro website.
Dystrybuować zadania dla floty.
Don't have to know anything.
A druga rzecz to wysyła sam telemetrię. No, po prostu telemetrię z tego, bo to obserwability bardzo zahacza te programistyczne rzeczy. No, ta apka jest napisana w React Native, z tym, że ona po to, żeby mogła wybierać dane z tego wewnętrznego interfejsu CAN, ona musi mieć native SDK, nie? To po prostu tam musi być, żeby to się działo wszystko w tle,
to ona musi ustanowić socket. No i teraz są pewne, widzisz, gdyby Exit na przykład miało coś takiego jak SQLite ma swojego builda, albo tak pewnie to właśnie, gdyby miało na przykład jako coś taki moduł, który pozwalałby w tle ustanawiać socket UDP, to ja wtedy nie musiałbym tego mieć jako NDK, jako native developer. Natomiast przez to, że to jednak było prostsze do zrobienia w Native niż w ja sobie tylko po to, żeby łatwiej było żeby w webie to wyświetlać później ten moduł dystrybucji zadań dla kierowców, wtedy ciężarówek, czyli kierowca tak naprawdę. No i teraz po prostu wiesz, na chwilę obecną mamy takie jakieś uproszczenia w tym systemie, że kierowca to jest ciężarówka, to się zadanie przypisuje do ciężarówki, tak naprawdę kierowca może zmienić. Mamy około, teraz jest na 11 wozach używane. Dla jednej firmy, tak, teraz wchodzi kolejny podmiot, który tego będzie używał. I no, nadejdzie taki moment, kiedy jednak kierowca ciężarówka to nie będzie kierowca. No i po prostu to są wiesz, takie rzeczy, gdzie później ktoś rozmawiasz z tymi ludźmi na Jani Świeżo, no to jak, nie przewidzicie tego, że jakby nie może, ale to inne były rzeczy, na przykład ważne jest to, a to co robimy, to zdalna kontrola. Czyli no i już to mamy, jesteśmy. W sensie, no ja nie jestem właścicielem tej firmy, tylko to jest po prostu firma, gdzie ja powielę te funkcje. Już są ci tak, właśnie teraz widzisz, to jest to, co...
Dobra, masz... Ale to może byśmy zrobili.
Zanim ja to powiem, to... Ale spoko, to tak, super.
No. Mój jakoś działa inaczej, no.
Nie,
Chyba, że
Cześć. These guys already have the license. No.
Co tu chodzi?
I don't care about just going.
Ogólnie takie coś
Everyone who needs one already has
pilot do mierzenia, nie jakąś zabawką, tylko to jest po prostu poważny sprzęt na polach budowy i tak dalej. I ogólnie
There's also Comic Sans model, right?
React Native jest w środku, dlatego że teraz homologacja obejmuje używanie tego urządzenia i to urządzenie jest wpięte do układu nerwowego ciężarówki, upraszcza i tutaj to wysyła ramki CAN instruujące system wspomagania kierownicą tej ciężarówki. Natomiast cała telemetria, czyli to do chmury przechodzi przez ten system, który ja używam. Dlaczego to? To jest do danej kontroli. Taki pilot. A to jest do podglądania kamery, jak ona cofa, sensoryka, bo tutaj teraz kierowca, bo to on nie uderzyło w nim. Mamy tutaj pewne zabezpieczenia wykrywające ludzi, przeszkody i tak dalej, ale to akurat jest, dosłownie to jest nagrywane, tutaj ten kanał YouTube'owy, czy ten techniczny gościu, gdzie to jest ich Polish?
Tak, jakoś jest teraz
więc to jest... On akurat to nagrywał tego dnia, zanim posłaliśmy tablet po prostu z tym polizonu. Ja to robię ze strony telemetrii zdalnego instruowania. Moi koledzy z pracy, w tym pokoju.
Super było, dzięki wielkie, naprawdę super. Także do zobaczenia, mam nadzieję, na następnym.
Oni robią, żeby to...
Przepraszam wam na chwilkę. JetBrainsa,
no to
masz mnie na LinkedInie?
To na pewno tak.
No to weź mnie tam.
Za dużo.
Aha. No to jak będziesz chciał
Ale już
komuś
nie
oddać,
robię-
nie, czy tego, no to,
tak.
no bo możesz
No,
wziąć, wiesz, i komuś przekazać po prostu
No to
dalej, nie?
tak.
Mamy się na LinkedInie? Bo jak coś to na LinkedInie byś mnie po prostu napisał, to ci
No
wtedy
to dobrze, to
wrzucę.
dobrze, będę... Tak.
Dobrze, a jak nie, no to przez Saszę, czy...
Bardzo dobrze.
Dobra, zmykam. Pa.
O ja, dobrze.
Do zobaczenia.
Pa, pa.
Cześć, do zobaczenia. Hej.
Totalnie nie poziom odpowiedzialności.
No to jest jakby... Tak.
Jak u nas to okej, mamy 10 errorów, no nic nie robimy, bo to jest za mało. Jakby za mała skala, żeby w ogóle w to wchodzić.
To było bardzo różne, nie? Co masz telemetrię i...
Nie, ja mówię, że po prostu mamy odpowiedzialność. Jak mamy errora, to okej.
Ale spokojnie, dlatego najpierw jest telemetria i to situational awareness, a dopiero
No jest, wiesz, jak przyjdziesz, zapraszam. Dobra, zmykam, papa, trzymajcie się.
To, co robię, to jest ten system, który robię, to jest to, co też Tesla ma, tylko po prostu oni nagrywają to z samochodów, a po prostu Elon Musk najpierw udawał samochody, a później nagrywał, a to, co my robimy, to stworzyliśmy punkt optymalizacji pracy. Już teraz nie musi być dwóch operatorów dźwigu i ciężarówki kierowcy. Na budowie dużych festiwali, żeby 40 ciężarówek mogło dowozić konstrukcje budowlane albo płyty spalowe, żeby po grząskim terenie cały czas się fale mieć wojsko. Muszą budować dojazd na to pole. Bo to chodzi o to, żeby mogło przyjść 60-100 tysięcy ludzi. Logistyka jest nam bardzo ważna. Tutaj po prostu chodzi o to, że firma, która bierze zlecenie, która realizuje to logistycznie, oni, żeby obsłużyć 40 albo 60 ciężarówek jeżdżących tam przez 2 tygodnie, muszą mieć 2 razy więcej klientów. A teraz my możemy tej firmie pozwolić, żeby oni to sprawnie robili za pomocą 2 razy niższej liczby pracowników.
Jeden pracownik może uprawiać
Wcześniej jeden pracownik zajmował się dźwigiem, który, bo tutaj jeszcze nie wszystko pokazałem, ale
ja rozumiem.
ten pojazd, który pokazywałem tutaj, to jest śmieciarka, która musi podjechać, ona na przykład, dlaczego śmieciarki to jest przydatne? Bo żeby wydajnie, jak na przykład jeżdżą po wielu blokach kierowcy, to oni muszą wyjść z tej śmieciarki, przenieść ten ciężki wcisnąć przycisk, żeby to wciągnęło to i żeby wziąć kolejny, który jest 5 metrów dalej, to oni już wolą wsiąść do samochodu i te 5 metrów podjechać. I to w cyklu całej nocy, jak oni jeżdżą codziennie po całych miastach, to opłaca się. I my za to czarujemy po prostu bardzo dużo pieniędzy za ten bezpieczny system, który nie przejedzie dziecka, powiedzmy w skrócie. No ale, czyli chodzi o to, że chodzi o... Tak, to wszystko, to w ogóle teraz już...
W ogóle jak to prawo jazdy wygląda?
No nie, to nie jest prawo jazdy.